Welcome to The Explainer. We're all about taking powerful, big ideas and breaking them down into clear, actionable insights that you can actually use. So let's ask the big question. What's the real difference between a brilliant idea and a business that actually succeeds? We all have those light bulb moments, but turning that spark into something real, well, that's where so many of us get stuck. And here's the thing. It's almost never about luck. It's about having the right tools, the right mindset. It's about execution. Today, we're diving into 4 proven frameworks from some truly world-class founders. Think of this as your personal toolkit for building, launching, and growing. Okay, first things first, your foundation. Every great business, every single one, starts with a really powerful internal compass. You've got to know your why before you can figure out the what and the how. I love this quote from Kim Perrell because it's just so brutally honest, right? She's basically saying the first step, before anything else, is a crystal clear vision that you believe in so completely, so deeply, that it just silences all the noise, all the critics, and especially that little voice of self-doubt in your own head. And building on that vision, serial entrepreneur Sarah Al-Madani has this simple but really profound idea. She says, don't just, find a job you like. Instead, job your love. Flip the script. Turn what you are genuinely passionate about into your life's work. Because that energy, that real passion, that's the fuel that gets you through the tough times. All right, so you've got your foundation. Your vision is locked in. What's next? Well, now you have to connect with the people you actually want to serve. So how do you do that? How do you build that trust and influence? To build that trust, you really have to get into the psychology of why people say yes. And look, this isn't about being manipulative, not at all. It's about creating a genuine connection. So Mindvalley's founder, Vishen Lakhiani, he took these classic principles of influence from Dr. Robert Cialdini and made this super easy to remember acronym for them. Just think of these 6 principles as a sort of toolkit inside your main toolkit. These are 6 powerful levers you can use on your website, in your emails, during a conversation to build real trust and connect with your audience on a human level. Let's make this really practical. Say you want to boost likability. You don't just stand up and brag about how awesome you are. No way. You use what he calls the valley technique. You share your story, including the struggles, the low points, the valley, and then you talk about how you got to where you are today. That vulnerability, it's magnetic. People connect with that realness. Now, you can have the best vision in the world, the best customer strategy, but none of it means a thing if you don't take action. And this next framework, it solves what is probably the single biggest killer of great ideas: analysis paralysis. So Kim Perrell, again, she learned this incredible lesson from a pretty unlikely source, the U.S. Marine Corps. See, in a battle, you can't wait until you have 100% of the information to make a decision. If you did, you'd be too late. The rule is, if you have 70% of what you need to know, you move. You take action. And this just lays out the difference so clearly. Waiting for 100%, that just gets you stuck. You miss your shot. But this 70% rule, that's all about action. It's about launching, learning, and building momentum instead of just waiting around for some kind of perfection that, let's be honest, is never going to come. Okay, so you're taking action, you're moving, but how do you make sure you're building something with massive potential? How do you know you're working on something that could really truly matter? Well, billionaire entrepreneur Naveen Jain has the simple 3-question framework to help you think big, and it starts with this one: why this? The idea is, if you succeed beyond your wildest dreams, will what you're building help 1 billion people live a better life? Whoa, that forces you to think about huge impact right from day one. The second question is all about timing. You got to ask yourself, why now? What has changed in technology and culture, whatever, that makes solving this problem possible today when maybe it wasn't 5 years ago? This makes sure your idea is riding a wave of change, not trying to swim against the current. And the final question is, why me? What is it about you? What unique passion or experience or insight do you have that lets you see a solution that nobody else does? This ties that huge billion-dollar vision right back to your own personal story, your own why. Now, thinking about helping 1 billion people, that can be pretty intimidating, right? So where do you even start? Well, according to Coach Ajit Nawalka, your first $1 million probably won't come from trying to please everyone. It's hidden in super serving the 20% of your customers who already love what you do. Focus on them first. So let's just pull this all together. These aren't just abstract theories, okay? These are 4 core actionable frameworks you can start using today. You start with your foundation, you connect with customers, you take decisive action, and you plan for massive growth. This is your toolkit for taking an idea and making a real-world impact. At the end of the day, the real question isn't just what you've learned here. It's what are you going to do with it? Which one of these tools are you going to pick up and use first? Are you going to clarify that vision, try the Valley technique, or finally take action with that 70% rule? Really, the choice is yours.